Welcome to the BNB, everyone. Today we'll be talking about Liquid Media Group, ticker symbol YVR. Now, we've done a lot of research on that stock. We were looking up NFT stocks to see what stocks we should talk about, and Liquid Media Group came up. It's a company that I've seen a lot of traction recently on it. It did 65% on Thursday, which is amazing. We were looking at it on Tuesday, and then we just saw 2 days later that it went up 65%. We were looking at the business model. It's a business model very hard to understand, in my opinion. If you look at the investor relations page, first they compare it to Netflix and then Hulu and Disney, but it's not anything similar to that. It's just they're showing that the industry is growing. The online film industry and the online video game industry is growing. What the CEO had to say about it, if you look up the interviews, it's kind of vague. Obviously, what we had to conclude is that it's basically like a consulting firm, and they show how to monetize their products, how to monetize their filmmaking and their video game making. They also talked about NFTs. I think that brought up the stock a lot, but they didn't say anything in particular. All the CEO said is that they were dipping their toe in the NFT space and that they were looking into it in depth, but they didn't mention any plan to come. So we'll have to see that. Also, if you look at their website and you click on our products, there is no product that you could possibly buy. So currently I see the market cap is around 20 million. And I don't understand how a company that has no products or no way to gain currently, as we can see, any income could be that high. That's my opinion on the stock. I'll bring on Nuevo to talk more about it.
Matthias has summoned me, and I'm here to help you guys understand the business model a bit more. So obviously, me and Matthias were doing extensive research on Liquid Media on Tuesday. We went on their investor relation page. We looked at the 4 phases that they're claiming are so relevant in the company, and obviously, it's really hard to understand the business model. It's harder than Palantir. I've looked into Palantir, and I was somewhat able to understand their contracts with the government and everything, but this is really hard to understand. Maybe it's a scam, obviously, honestly, and I was tending to go towards that kind of explanation, and all these crypto scams were in my mind, so maybe that was the reason why I directly assumed that it could have been a scam. But it's a Nasdaq listed company. It's a bit different. It's harder to scam on these public exchanges rather than on a crypto exchange. So I looked into it, and I'm somewhat seeing an NFT pattern or whatsoever, but honestly, to be honest, this company is really hard to understand. But what we're seeing is that the fact that the CEO and all these board members are claiming that they're doing something NFT related, that is creating meme hype. And what do you mean? What do I mean by meme hype? Is all these people that like to invest into short squeezes and like to invest into meme stocks that has transcended into our company Liquid Media, and that was maybe the 65% uptrend we saw on Thursday. So what's happening is people are claiming that the short ratio is too high. I looked into the company and I was seeing a 4.66% short float. Maybe it's not correct. Maybe my information is wrong, but what I saw was 4.66%. So I'm not seeing why it can be a short squeeze stock. People are anticipating a short squeeze, and that is what's keep making the stock go up. Honestly, the 65% we saw going up could have been only around a $500,000 capital. If you see a market cap of 24 million and you would assume that you would need 65% of 24 million to pump the stock around 65%, that's not the case. Just because the fact is that if the supply side of the stock is low, then it is very easy to pump up the stock, and that's what's happened. And that's why short squeezes are very detrimental for short sellers, because there's so less supply that people are putting market orders so high that makes the short seller buy those companies at ridiculous prices, and that's why AMC went up to $80 at one point, GME at $480, because people actually put market sell orders at $480. And when short seller were like, oh, we have to sell, we're losing a lot of money, they had to pay this premium on the stock, and that's what we're seeing with. That's what the belief is. That's why you would see a 65% uptrend so easily. You don't require that much big of a capital. Honestly, to understand Liquid Media itself, like I saw their gaming side, they want to create VFX animation. You see all those 3D animation, those transitory between gameplays. You see those amazing animation. That's what Liquid Media is claiming to do. Also, in their first page, they have an intelligence side, an AI side. Honestly, it's too much gibberish. They have nothing. They have no product, no nothing. So obviously, you need to stay away from it. If you really want to invest in it, it's going to be a purely speculative play. More speculative than E-Hang. And E-Hang, I said, was very speculative. They were trying to make flying cars. And I'm saying this company is more speculative than a company that's trying to make flying cars. Obviously, it's not the... You need to most likely stay away from it. If you want to put money into it, it's a blackjack. It's literally a blackjack. And I would say a blackjack hand is more safer than this company, to be honest. But that's me. I'm a bit safer side investor. I do like to invest in the companies such as PepsiCo that beat on earning 7% growth year over year. That's the companies I like to invest in. There's SCR, a company that delivered 200% lower earnings than what they were expected. So there's a bit difference in my companies, but I do see the vision. And for example, for this, I don't absolutely see no vision at all. So my personal recommendation for myself and for my family members or people around me, I would say don't buy the stock now. When they have a product, and if that product is attractive, when they have customers, real customers, you should go ahead and put your money in. But for now, I would prefer to sleep well, because if you buy the stock, you won't be sleeping well at all. That stock went up 65% one day, the next day went down 20 to 30%. So keep that in mind. That's my personal opinion. Matthias explained the business model, explained the complexity of the stock. So I hope you have a good day. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to for the next NFT stock to go up 50,000x. That's what the Moon Boys would have been saying. I'm not a Moon Boy, but I just said it just so, I don't know, YouTube recommends me more.